So this is where we're having our wedding. I want to let everybody know. So this is a little pathway on the way to the show. And they've got like a sluice boxes here to be able to check out what it's like to sort of gold mine. So this is where you will come for the show at 3:30 on the day of the wedding. And you'll see that the seating is perfect for everybody to be comfortable. Sure. Thank you. So, again, to let everybody know, the official gunfight site is right here. And they've got a animatronic lookalikes for all the characters. So obviously, this is where the gunfight site actually is. And you'll see that you got the Clantons and the bad guys, or good guys, depending on your perspective. And then you got the men in black. Wyatt, Morgan, Virgil, and Doc Holliday in the back with a shotgun. So you can push a button and they have a reenactment of this. Oh, here we go. Here's the names. So Tom McClary, I. Clanton, Frank McClary, Billy Clanton, Wyatt Earp, Virgil, Morgan, and Doc Holliday. So this is where the wedding will be. So you go behind this wall and you can see it's sort of an amphitheater style. Plenty of seats. How many people can you sit here? About
250 tight together comfortably with a little elbow room. 200.
200?
Yeah.
Well, if they're my size, you can get 50. If they're your size, we can get 500. There we go.
Right.
So you can see.
Got a bunch of sick people like me. We'll fit plenty of people in here. Plus, there's standing room too.
Yeah, there is. So right here is where you're going to sit for the wedding, comfortably under the tarp. And they've got this Corral facade for the city built, and you can imagine this is why we picked it. When we saw the show, we decided we're going to do it right here. There's a little chat area here where they do their stage performance, and he's one of the actors. Who are you playing today?
Today I'm Billy Clanton.
Billy Clanton.
That's right.
So Billy Clanton dies, right?
Oh yeah.
So
spectacularly.
we're calling the Undertaker.
That's right.
Making pre-arranged plans. Let me vlog it so before he dies, we're good to go, right?
That's right.
All right. Well, you be careful dying today.
Will do.
So he's been a good guy today. He let me come back. Is that your mother? Hetty's your mother too?
No. That's just Mark and Nathan.
Oh, I see.
I'm actually much older than they are. I'm in my 30s. So
you're the one that told me yesterday you got married in Tombstone and loved it.
I loved it. Yes, it was amazing. Absolutely amazing. And everybody in town was just spectacular. It was one of the main reasons why I chose to come and be part of this town as a gunfighter. I mean, it was 8 years ago, but when the opportunity arose for me to come and be a gunfighter, I jumped on it. Within an hour and a half, I was hired.
Huh.
It was amazing.
Well, you got a likable personality to be a bad guy.
Yeah, rotating cast.
I'm sure.
Sometimes I get to play the Earps, sometimes I play the bad guys, but
it kind of makes it nice
to play the bad guy, to be honest, because we get to be goofy, we get to be drunk, we get to mess with people a little more. As the Earps, you do have to be a little more stoic.
Sure.
You have to walk around and hold that serious facade like
right.
the lawman. But it's still a lot of fun either way. Like I like to get my mustache in order when I play the Earps. So just a few days ago I was playing Morgan, so I cleaned it up. But usually I've got like I'm a cowboy mostly.
Do you ever go to the Tombstone mustachery and get waxed?
Right across the street, yeah.
Yes, that's cool. The Val Kilmer place there.
Yeah, it's awesome. And during event weeks, they actually have a really awesome barber that'll come and give you the straight razor shave.
Oh man, I want to do that.
The hot towels and everything. Oh, it's perfect.
Huh.
I love it. And he gives you the perfect style.
Huh.
Flawless.
So anyway, you can see we'll get married right up there, or we'll be standing down there, preacher up on the thing. And then this is
behind the bar.
Yeah, it could be behind the bar.
Yeah, he could be behind the bar. You can in front of
we'll get the preacher liquored up before.
That's right.
Mind if I go up here?
Absolutely not.
This is cool. I get VIP access here today.
Right.
So we got the jail. This is obviously where the Earps, Virgil being the, you know, a funny misconception is that people think Wyatt Earp was the sheriff, but he wasn't.
No,
he was a
ran
deputy.
For sheriff. He did not win. Sheriff Behan won the election still, but he did run. He was then deputized later on by Virgil after Morgan. Morgan was technically higher up in the chain than Wyatt was because he was deputized sooner.
And Virgil was too.
Well, Virgil was the marshal.
He was the marshal.
He was the marshal. The Wyatt and Morgan were just deputies.
And Wyatt did not even want to be part of it because he's like, dude, I already did that in Kansas.
Right,
I'm done.
exactly.
But when he got
beef
involved,
here was between Doc Holliday and Ike Clanton. And the Earps got involved just because of how good of friends they were with Doc. Well, Morgan and Wyatt, Virgil pretty much hated Doc, but he was there for his brothers. And he had a very serious upholding of law, whether it be misdemeanor, felony, whatever. You were going to pay for your crime.
yeah, there was a lot of corruption though, even in the Earp gang. I mean, those guys were here for money. I was talking to a preacher this morning, the guy that's going to conduct our services, and we were talking about how history has romanticized the story. There's a lot of negative on their side of the family.
Oh yeah.
But one of the things that I think that I enjoy about the story is I love my family. And in Western history in the Old West, at that time, families were scattered. As soon as the kids were old enough to get on a horse, they were going on to bigger and better things, or so they thought.
Yes.
Now, the point is that the Earps, no matter where they scattered, they came back together, and as a family, they even had another brother that lived here too.
Right.
So they, you know, you could see the family getting together, having picnics on the weekends, during the week or whatever, and getting their girls together.
Oh yeah, they would go to shows weekly. They would constantly have dinners. That they wouldn't do picnics because picnics were kind of like a poorer people thing. Eating outside was more of a, but they had money. They were wealthy, which they eventually lost after the gunfight, paying for their court battle. They went broke. All the money they made, they lost fighting that court battle. They got an innocent verdict, but they had to leave. And
what he's talking about on the innocent verdict was they were charged officially by the marshal.
Yes.
Which at that time was?
Well, the sheriff Behan. Virgil was the town marshal.
Right.
But when it came to matters of the marshal making a crime, it was then a county matter, which Behan went and arrested them. He tried to. They had to go to court. They didn't really get arrested and taken to jail, but they showed up at court to tell their side of the story, and they had a lot of paying people off, a lot of different.
So what was the time frame from the time that OK Corral happened and Morgan died?
It was about a year and a half after the gunfight happened that Morgan, because they were still in town and they were trying to reamass a fortune, and then Morgan was murdered, and then Wyatt went on his vendetta ride.
Which lasted, how long did the vendetta ride last?
It was, I believe, 8 months here in Arizona before Sheriff Behan and Ike Clanton were able to get murder warrants for Wyatt and Doc. And that's why they left Arizona. Wyatt and Doc left because they were being hunted.
So they left as vigilantes.
Yes,
basically.
They
were
went straight into vigilante life, and he decided to murder anyone he thought was responsible for his brother's death.
Now, what is your take on the history? Because Johnny Ringo, who was real notorious and infamous for the time being a fast gun, the movie sort of celebritized it. But here's the thing. They found him on a creek bed near a tree.
In the crotch of the tree, yeah.
And they suspect that he killed himself, but they're also thinking that there could have been some Earp or Doc Holliday.
Here, I'll show you something. We have actually something that addresses that right here in the Corral.
We're getting some good history today. Thank you. Thank you.
No problem at all. Right over here we have this plaque that discusses that very topic. Did Wyatt kill Johnny Ringo? And it goes through all of the information about where he was found. It's got the whole map. This map was drawn by Wyatt Earp on his deathbed to reaffirm his claims that he was the one that shot Johnny Ringo, instead of, because the coroner deemed it as a suicide, but the coroner never got to actually see the body. The coroner read the report of where the body was found and deemed it suicide that way, and every cowboy denied that. They were like, there's no way he would have killed himself. He was in the prime of his life. He was, winning at everything: money, women, power, fear, everything. Like, there's no way he would have just offed himself in the middle of nowhere and not told any of his
What do
kids.
you think?
Oh, he was murdered.
Okay.
I mean, just basically from, I've done research myself. I love history. I'm a big history buff. So when I find mysteries like this, I go through all of it. Now, this pretty much backs it up. Wyatt, on his deathbed, claimed that to his wife and his biographer, and he drew that map up from memory, because
Which matches the scene.
Which matches, yeah. It shows the McLaury Ranch here. It's got Hooker's Ranch here, and then over here is the crotch in the tree where he was found. And if you actually go about 50 miles east, you can actually go to Turkey Creek and go
see the site
where the tree is.
Well, that's for another day, but I'll tell you what, I will. Hey, give us your full name again.
My name's Aaron Snyder.
Aaron Snyder.
I'm playing Billy Clanton today.
And where are you from?
I'm from Tucson, Arizona. Born and raised here in Arizona. I moved down to Sierra Vista where I got this job. And I still live there. I just travel about 20 minutes to work a day.
Well, you saw it here first. We got a VIP access. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Aaron, I appreciate it very much.
No problem.
We look forward to seeing you in October.
Absolutely.
At
I'll
the
be
wedding.
there.
And if not, sooner. All right?
Sounds good to me.
So God bless you.
God bless you.
Enjoy dying today.
Yes, I will.
We'll be seeing you.
Yes, sir.
I'll tell you what, I am a very blessed individual. God has given me a gift to be able to have blessings. I want to show you guys one more thing here. This is what a prostitute crib looked like in the 1880s. So, it does not have the prostitute, however, or anything, you know, to show of the prostitute, but here is the red lantern that they would light to say, come on in and let's get busy. Wow, look at that old quilt. That's beauty. Probably needs to be washed. Look, you got the disposal device where you can crap. Man, there's some good history here. I wish I had some time, but I don't want to take up too much more of their time. So wash up, sit there while I check you down. You're clean, giddy up. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town bed. All right. And if the bedpan wasn't big enough, you could go to the outhouse. So, anyway, wow. I'm very excited. I'm really excited now. So, gotta go meet with the barbecue guy, and I should be good. Anyway, here's the other actors. Morning, fellas.
Hey, how are you?
Enjoy living and dying today, okay?
Okay.
Cowabunga, right? That's the wine Virgil that you saw yesterday. All right, get ready to head out.